welcome to my channel. I wanted to share with you guys today all of the amazing progress that we have made on what I'm calling Dahlia Way. I have taken a corner of our garden that we have never used before, and it is like where the pool equipment is and the air conditioning units, and I have put some canal panels in to kind of add a little bit of grandeur to the entrance, to kind of try to form walls and make different living rooms of the garden, if you will. And I'm really proud of it, and I have lined it with dahlias that I've started from tubers. And most of them are doing really well. We've had some losses. So the point of this video is I've had some tuber rot. And so, you know, it happens. It's my first year doing it. So we are going to be taking cuttings. I need to pinch some of my dahlias. And with those pinchings, we're gonna use them to root them and make new dahlias with them, because I want a full border. I have about room for 43 dahlias on Dahlia Way, and I want it jam-packed, and we are well on our way to getting there. I just need a few more cuttings, and I just need a few more things to fill it. But let me show you how excited I am about Dahlia Way. I have quite a few. A lot of them are smaller still. They're at different stages. I have this Teesbrook Audrey. She's our newest bloom, and she is beautiful. This one's a little bit older, just slightly aged. And then this new one is coming in, and she'll be full bloomed in a couple of days. I kind of did this Florida weave. I have T-posts in and around the counter panels, which is how I'm hoping and planning to corral them in. I have them back planted with some Amistad, which are just beautiful, and the pollinators love them, and they get really, they're a salvia that gets really nice and tall. I have lilies, oriental lilies interplanted in here, but they have reached their end, so I feel like it actually is perfect timing. As soon as the lilies are done, then the cosmos and the dahlias come in. And I also have Versailles cupcake cosmos planted around the back of them, as well as cupcake cosmos through the rest of the borders. So I am just so excited about how things are coming along. This was my very first bloom of the group. This one is Strawberry Cream. She's getting a little older. This is a newer one, but she's not fully open. And this is a brand new one. As you can see, this is when they start to open. And I have the newest, funnest surprise today was Sweet Nathalie starting to open, doing her first bloom. And I just love it with the billowy white cosmos in the back, and the pollinators are all over them. And they are just beautiful. So this is my first time growing dahlias, and I went a little wild. I literally started out with a couple of what is it, the Longfield dahlia tubers that you get from Costco, and I bought Diva and Great Silence. Those are in my first pack, and I bought some Cafe Olays and some Breakouts, and then things snowballed. It went crazy from there. I got a little heavy-handed with the dahlia ordering, and now I have Platinum Blonde that's coming into bloom. Don't mind the cute little kitty behind. She is gorgeous. This is her first bloom, and I am so in love with her. And then we have Diva. This was one of the first tubers that I got started. They're kind of, and it's obvious I started them earlier. They were the first ones I collected, so I potted them up, and now they are in full bloom. And Diva she is gorgeous, and she is full of buds. I mean, she is clearly a very prolific, beautiful dahlia, and she's not my typical like go-to color palette. I love the more champagne pink, apricots, you know, creamy whites, but you know, here in Sacramento area, which is where we are, we're zone 9B, we don't get our first frost until sometime in December. So this is actually beautiful, thinking along further ahead into the seasons, like doing fall cuttings and centerpieces, and just cutting and decorating around the holidays, I think is going to actually be really beautiful. So I kind of tried to start to think about my dahlias, not just for what I necessarily like and what I want for cuttings in June, July, August, but maybe for October and November. So I also have Cornell over here, which is, she has just, she's just a little green sprout so far. But we also have Great Silence, and she is just so incredibly beautiful. I cannot believe the color. It's like a glowy yellow. It's like lit from within, kind of the way the yellow is painted on from the tips to the tip, with lavender and mauve pink mixed in. It is just breathtaking. It literally looks like a golden sunset, and it is just so beautiful. We need to pinch our dahlias. So some of them, of course, I've already pinched because we've come a long way, and you know, they're already blooming and everything. However, I have some of these, like this breakout over here, that I'm going to be pinching, and I'm going to show you how I take my cuttings. So I come over here, and this one you want to pinch when they're, you know what, they say 12 to 18 inches. However, I've done it much earlier if they have many sets of leaves, and I know that they're going to be fine. But I at least like to see at least 4 sets of leaves, which this one definitely does. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and I'm actually going to take this right up here. You don't want to take the cutting, you don't want to take the cuttings and pinch when they are too small. And then if you look closely, these nodes right in here on either side, when you cut off this tip, you are sending a message to release the hormones to push the growth in these 2 side little nodules here, and that is where the new stems are going to come from. You increase your blooms, and actually it decreases the diameter of your stems, because if you have just one single stem on your dahlias, they can get incredibly thick to work with, and for cuttings, and also just less blooms. So pinching your dahlias, it increases your bloom size and production, and also makes better stems for working with. So what I have right here is this little cutting, and I'm going to dip this in a little bit of rooting hormone, and then I'm going to just put it in a little bit of potting soil, and hopefully within a week we have another breakout. This actually was a cutting from this, if you can believe that. So that shows you exactly how fast cuttings can go. So this is the plant that this cutting was from, and now they're neck and neck. They're pretty much equal. So it's a really fantastic way to do it. I've had a lot of really wonderful success with rootings, and I have actually never successfully rooted anything before except for dahlias. So she's one of those that I've rooted, and they root really fast, really easily, and you just have to make sure that your potting medium that you're working with doesn't dry out. You want to keep them nice and moist, and you don't really want any more greenery than this on your cuttings. You want them nice and small so that they can stay hydrated and don't have to work too hard to stay hydrated before they have roots. All right, I'm gonna go pot this up. Okay, everybody. So through the magic of editing and time passing, I come to you now with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 rooted dahlia cuttings, and I am so excited. I am here in Dahlia Way, and I'm just walking around trying to figure out, counting my empty spots where I had things raw, where I had things just not really. I had some that just didn't really seem to grow, and some with, you know, kind of spots on their foliage. I have a cafe that isn't really doing much growing, but I think I'm going to give it a little bit more time before I give up on it, because what's the harm? So I wanted to show you. these soil this is embarrassing. This really is. This is the worst soil blocking I have ever done. They're like barely standing little mounds at this point, and it was my fault. I rushed the blocking. I should have gotten the soil even damper. I even say that in my soil blocking video, error on the side of like too damp rather than not damp enough. But I just wanted to like throw these out. I was in a hurry. I was like felt pressure from my cuttings. I didn't want my cuttings to get dried out or anything. I wanted to put them quickly in the medium. So I made my soil blocks. I used a barbecue skewer to enlarge the hole so that I didn't displace the root hormone. Dipped in root hormone, and you can see there's still remnants of the root hormone on here, some white bits. And it didn't cause any harm where it was left exposed. And now, oh my gosh, these are falling apart. Here, let me put this down and use two hands to carefully show you. And I'll use two hands to carefully show you these beautiful roots as the clumps fall off of it. They have beautiful roots all around them, but they have been air pruning with the soil blocking. And for the last few days, I've actually been hardening them off. And they actually are super tough because they came from the sun. Even though they were out of the sun for maybe 10 or 11 days, they actually didn't lose a lot of their hardening off. I'm still watching them and being very careful with them and making sure that they stay properly hydrated because their root system is still under mature. So you just when you put them in the ground after hardening them off, during the hardening off process, you do want to take care that they don't dry out. Make sure they retain their moisture. And then when you do plant them out in the soil as well, keep an eye on them. Try to check on them once or twice a day. If you have a trustworthy child that's home, if you're at work, maybe you have somebody check on them for you a couple of times a day if you can't always get to them. Or a gardening partner, a nice assistant spouse. So anyway, I'm super excited about these. I have about 7 holes in the garden, and between these and I have 3 cuttings that I just finished hardening off that I also ordered. Those are the peaches and cream variety. Dahlia Way is going to be full, and I'm so excited. And before I sign off, I have one new bloom that is just so beautiful. I'm so excited to show you. All right, this is Sweet Nathalie, and oh my gosh, she is just breathtaking. She is so incredibly beautiful. She is such a beautiful, like dusky cream with touches of lavender and soft pink. Oh, and the center of like a warm buttercream. She's just so beautiful. Oh, it's such a joy to see them come up and see their unique blooms. I'm just loving every moment of this. And then I want to show you one more thing. We have a breakout. Here we have breakout just starting to open up, my very first breakout bloom, and I am so excited about her. I know she may not look like much right now, but every day she unfurls just a little bit more, and I can't wait. She was one of those that I was so excited about getting it and seeing blossom, and wow, I can't wait. I'll keep you guys updated. Oh, I can't wait to see how she opens up. All right, everyone, thank you so much for joining me on my Dahlia propagation journey, and thank you for letting me share it with you. Um, I just will make sure to add more moisture next time. So do as I say, not as I do. And I hope it encourages you guys to get out and try new things. And yeah, the benefits of trying this is like maybe you have blooms where you didn't have blooms before. So I hope it encourages you guys to try new things, expand your horizons. This is remarkably easier than I ever thought that it could be. The success I've had with propagating these is like nothing else. It actually makes me feel like maybe I can propagate. So yeah, this is such a joy. I can't wait to finish hardening them off in the next couple of days and getting them in the ground and filling in my empty spots and just having a full room of blooming dahlias. All right, until next time, everybody, enjoy your gardens, enjoy your local greenery, enjoy your parks, get out in the sunshine and just enjoy nature today, in the next couple of days, and I will see you next time. Thank you so much.